Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Dian and I will start our presentation on the KLIA Aerotrain Repair and Operation Restart Project. Our team has been given the responsibility by Malaysia Airport Holding Berhad, MAHB, to develop a proper plan to fix and relaunch the aerotrain system. This project is important not only for the airport but also to thousands of passengers who depend on the train every day. Today, we will show you our full project plan, covering the timeline, structure, safety, cost, and the overall impact. The KLIA Aerotrain is an automated train that transports passengers between the main terminal and the satellite terminal at KLIA. It's a fast and convenient system, especially for those with connecting flight or short layovers. When the train works well, it helps reduce congestion and make passenger movement smooth and efficient. It's an essential part of airport operation and contribute to KLIA international reputation. Unfortunately, the aerotrain has been out of service since March 2023 due to a serious breakdown. Since then, KLIA has had to use shuttle buses to move passengers, which is slower, less efficient, and not comfortable for everyone. The early repair plan was delayed, and this has affected passenger satisfaction and airport performance. That's why we were asked to come up with a structured and realistic proposal to bring the system back to life, this time with proper planning, tool, and risk control. Our main goal is to complete all the required repair, upgrades, and certification by October 2025. We aim to improve the system reliability, safety, and passengers' comfort. Our vision is to safely and efficiently restart the KLIA aerotrain service with improved reliability, better maintenance, and full passenger confidence by October 2025. We believe that through good planning and teamwork, we can make this target. We have defined clear success criteria to measure our progress. First, the project must be completed on time by October 2025. Second, it must stay within the 15 million budget. Third, the train system must meet all CAAM safety and technical standards. And finally, we aim for positive feedback from MAHB airport staff and passengers. These criteria help us stay focused and accountable as we move forward.
Okay, thank you then. I will now walk you through how we plan and structured the entire project to get the aerotrain back into full operation at KLIA. To start with, let's talk about the project scope. Our main goal is to restore the aerotrain system to be safe, reliable, and fully functional status. This means our project covers every step necessary for that outcome, including the inspection of the aerotrain system, procurement of the required replacement parts, mechanical and electrical repairs, system testing, safety certification, and ultimately, handover back to Malaysian Airport Holdings Berhad, always known as MAHB. It is equally important to define what's outside this scope. For example, we are not upgrading commercial areas like retail or dining spaces, nor we are touching the baggage handling system or unrelated airport infrastructure. This is intentional. By drawing clear boundaries, we ensure that we stay on schedule, stay within budget, and focus on delivering high-quality results for the aerotrain. Our scope also includes risk identification and quality control measures. We want to ensure that we will deliver is not just functional, but also safe, compliant, and sustainable in the long run. Now, let's talk about how we broke down the scope into manageable components using a work breakdown structure or WBS. This is one of the most important tools in project management because it helps organize complex works into smaller, more actionable pieces. We have divided the project into 5 main sub-projects. The first one is project initiation and planning. The second one is inspection and procurement. The third one is repair and overhaul. The fourth one is testing and certification. And lastly, launch and handover. Each of these sub-projects is broken down further into tasks, where some team members set timelines and link each task with specific deliverables. For example, under inspection, we have scheduled a full mechanical and electrical diagnosis. The results are compiled into a report which needs to be signed off from MAHB and technical advisors before we can move into procurement. We also developed a scope baseline document which help us track dependencies and control scope creep. It defines how we verify and accept completed work so that we know when a complement and our component is to be finished. To visualize the timeline, we created a Gantt chart showing the project schedule. The key milestones include every dates for important components, estimated repair completion, and the certification review period. This schedule is our roadmap. We update it weekly to monitor progress and adjust when necessary. With our plan and structure in place, it is crucial to understand the people involved, our stakeholders, and how we keep them informed and engaged. Our primary stakeholders are MHB and CAAM. They have high authority and high level of interest. MHB is the project owner, while CAAM ensures regulatory compliance, especially in safety and operational testing. Both needs regular updates and decision-making input. We also identified the secondary stakeholders such as repair contractors, suppliers, KLA staff, and even airport passengers. While passengers will be involved in decision-making, but their experience is still impacted, so we have planned a clear public communication during testing phases. To manage all of this, we developed a stakeholder matrix that categorizes everyone into 4 groups. The first one is to manage closely. The second one is to keep satisfied. The third one is to keep informed. And lastly, to monitor. Based on this, we created a communication strategy. For example, weekly progress reports for MHB, milestone updates and safety report for CAAM, weekly contractor meetings, public notices in KLA when testing might affect passenger flow, and then by this, we can keep everyone informed and involved at the right level. We reduce the risk of misunderstandings, delays, or resistance. Now, let's consider the social and ethical impact of this project, something often overlooked but very important. From a social standpoint, restoring the aerotrain improves accessibility and comfort for travelers, especially those with mobility issues. It also restores efficiency to airport operations, which benefits tourism, business, and the wider Malaysian economy. Ethically, our team is committed to transparency, environmental responsibility, and safety. For example, all parts are sourced responsibly from certified vendors. Our repairs are done in compliance with CAAM safety regulations. We have incorporated a waste management plan to dispose of all damaged components safely and sustainably. We also committed to honest reporting even when the issues arrive. That helps to maintain trust between the project team, the stakeholders, and also to the public. To conclude, our project is planning to build on clarity, structure, and accountability. With a clear scope, a detailed WBS, active stakeholder engagement, and also a responsible approach to social and ethical concerns, we believe this project is well positioned for the success. Okay, thank you. I will now pass over to Azri, who will explain the equipment involved and walk us through the project financial planning. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel. I will now explain the tools, systems, and budget planning involved in our project. The success of a repair project like this depends on choosing the right equipment and systems. We have carefully selected the tools our team will need for inspections, repairs, and safety compliance. The main equipment includes diagnostic scanners to test electrical faults, hydraulic lifting jacks to access train components, and a complete hand tool set for mechanical repair. We are also purchasing important spare parts, including motors, bogies, control panels, and door systems directly from certified suppliers. These match original specifications and ensure long-term durability. Let me walk you through our project timeline as shown in the Gantt chart. The project officially begins in early May with the project initiation and planning phase, laying the foundation for all upcoming activities. By mid-May, we move into inspection and procurement, where tools, systems, and spare parts are sourced and verified. This overlaps with the core phase, repair and overhaul, which spans from June to early September. the most resource-intensive part of the project. Following that, we begin testing and certification in September to ensure everything meets safety and performance standards. Finally, by early October, we enter the launch and handover stage, where the fully restored aerotrain is handed back for public operation. Each phase is carefully sequenced to avoid delays and ensure readiness by October 21st. In addition to equipment, we are implementing 3 key systems that will improve efficiency, accountability, and overall project safety. First, the RFID tracking system allows us to track spare parts and tools throughout the project site, helping to prevent losses and minimize downtime. Second, we will be using a PLC-based process control system, which will oversee our testing procedures and ensure consistent, high-quality results with real-time monitoring. Finally, a cloud-based quality assurance documentation system will manage all inspection records, safety checklists, and certification reports in a centralized, accessible platform. These systems work together to reduce delays, support faster approvals, and deliver safer, more reliable repairs. Now, let's talk about the budget. Our budget is 15 million ringgit. Here is how we plan to allocate it. So first, 6 million ringgit for spare parts, 4.5 million ringgit for labor and contractor services, 750,000 ringgit for tools and technology, 1.2 million ringgit for testing and certification, 300,000 ringgit for staff training and public launch, and 1.25 million ringgit is kept as a 10% contingency for any unexpected issues. All vendors were selected based on performance history, warranty options, and support services. While we did explore leasing for some tools, purchasing gives us better long-term control and cost efficiency. This budget ensures we are realistic, responsible, and ready for execution. I will now hand it over to Milven, who will discuss our team structure, safety planning, and risk management. For the KLIA Aerotrain Repair and Operation Restart project, we have applied the critical path method to identify the most essential activities that directly impact the project timeline. This method highlights tasks that must be completed on time to avoid delaying the entire project. As shown in our CPM diagram, these critical tasks guide our scheduling decisions and resource allocation. To support this, we have established key project milestones. These include the completion of feasibility and design by the end of May 2025, procurement activities by mid-July, and track aid system setup by mid-September. Final testing and staff readiness are scheduled for the end of September, with the full operational launch targeted by October 2025. These checkpoints ensure we stay on track and meet stakeholder expectations efficiently.
Thank you, Azri. I will now present our project team structure and our safety and risk management strategy. A successful project relies on the right people in the right role. Our team is organized under a clear organization chart. At the top is our project manager, supported by 4 key leads, which is technical supervisor, procurement and logistic lead, quality compliance lead, and last but not least, health and safety officer, which is my role. Under this lead are sub-team like inspection and repair crew, supplier tracking staff, document control, and safety monitor. Each role has the specific responsibility. For example, the technical supervisor will manage diagnostic and repair, while I will make sure all the safety procedures are followed daily. Now, let's talk about the safety. All work will be compliant with OSHA standard. Every technician will be equipped with proper PPE such as helmet, glove, and protective boots. Before starting repair, we will conduct a safety briefing and toolbox talk. Each worker will sign off on a checklist to confirm compliance. We also develop a safety monitoring system where incident or hazard will be reported immediately using a mobile checklist. If an accident happens, it will be logged, investigated, and corrective action will be taken quickly. We also identify the key risks for this project. For example, when the spare part delay due to vendor issue, system errors during testing, and miscommunication between teams. To address this risk, we have prepared a mitigation plan like ordering part earlier, scheduling the dry runs before live tests, and using a cloud tool for communication. Safety and risk control are the core of our project. We believe that a protected team is a productive team. With that, I'll now hand it over to Wilson, who will take us through the final phase of our project.
Okay, thank you, Milven. I will now guide you through the final phases of our project, which is system testing, relaunch, and social impact. After all major repairs, work, and upgrades are complete, we enter the system testing phases. This is a comprehensive and crucial step that ensures every aspect of the aerotrain's operation meets safety and performance standards. We conduct through diagnostic on the power system, including backup and battery changeover. Second one is automated doors, ensuring safe opening and closing at each stop. The third one is braking system, which is tested under various load and emergency condition. And for the last one is communication link between trains, station, and control centers. But we don't stop here. We simulate real world emergency scenarios, including sudden power outages or voltage drop, manual override tests, communication disruption, simulate fire or evacuation protocols. These stress tests allowed us to measure response time, system behavior, and safety redundancy. Once we achieve consistent result across all systems, we compile a full technical report, which including test outcomes, engineer assessment, and risk of my mitigation plan, and submit it to the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia, which is CAAM, for independent certification. This ensures full compliance with national aviation and transportation safety standard before we proceed to relaunch. So, with certification from CAAM, we transition to the launch preparation and execution phases where technical readiness becomes operational readiness. These phases focus on three key areas, which is people, performance, and public communication. First, we carry out staff training. All relevant personnel, drivers, controllers, maintenance crew, and emergency responders undergoes extensive retraining. This including SOP refresher for daily operations and emergency drills for scenarios like evacuation or equipment failures, and new safety protocols introduced during the upgrade. Second one, we conduct operational trial runs. This run involve full speed aerotrain movement across the track without passenger to monitor real-time system performance, platform alignment, timing accuracy, automated safety checks. So the third one is we engage in public-facing communication. This including press briefing and stakeholder meetings, regular updates to the MAHB board and airport staff, signage and digital announcement with KLIA to keep travelers informed. So before the full reopening, we initiate a soft launch where the aerotrain operates on a limited schedule with a reduced passenger load. This let us observe the system in a controlled environment and address any last minute issues. Our goal is to make the transition back to full operation smooth, safe, and reassuring for every travelers. Now let's talk about the broader social and ethical impact of this project, which is just as important as the technical aspect. On the social front, the Restore Aerotrain directly improved passenger experience. It allowed for faster, safer movement between terminals, reducing congestion and travel fatigue. It especially benefits elderly passenger, people with disabilities, and travelers with children or large baggage. By restoring this service, we are reinforcing KLIA reputation as an efficient, in, inclusive, and world-class airport. But this project also reflects our commitment to ethical governance and sustainable practices. Ethically, we have upheld several key principles, which is fair vendor selection, all vendor contracts were at work through a transparent process with oversight to prevent favoritism or conflicts of interest. A second one is regular reporting and accountability. We provide progress update to MAHB and key stakeholders at every stage of the project, ensuring transparency. The third one is environmental responsibility. Rather than discarding old system entirely, we prioritized recycled component, reusing functional hardware, and reducing material waste whatever it possible. We believe that infrastructure projects like this should serve both people and the planet, and we have designed this upgrade accordingly. In conclusion, this project goes far beyond repairing a broken train system. It is about rebuilding trust, improving accessibility, and setting a higher standard for transport infrastructure at one of the region's most important airports. We have taken a systematic approach, which is diagnosing the problem through truthfully engaging the right expert, using proven tools, and planning a realistic path forward. The project is not only technically sound, but also effective, transparent, and oriented. And while our focus has been on functionally, we have never lost a sight of the passenger experience. Every decision, from software upgrades to the timing of the soft launch, was made with the end user in mind. The era trend returns is more than just the end of the project. It is the beginning of a new era for KLIA, or one where safety, sustainability, and service go hand in hand. So thank you once again for your attention, and we are looking forward to welcoming the publics back on board the Aerotrain very soon.